Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather. But that's why back at the Haywood Ranch, as the only black-owned horse trainers in Hollywood, we like to say since the moment pictures could move, we had skin in the game.
Hello and welcome to this What Do You Want to Watch Spoilercast for Jordan Peele's latest film, Nope. I'm your host, Ashley Hobley. Joining me today, Dylan Blatt.
Yeah, boy! Oh, sorry, I was bringing the energy back up.
I guess. That's something. Alright, so let's just jump straight into it. Nope, currently playing in cinemas everywhere. Go check it out. But please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot themes in any of the movie, so if you haven't watched it, come back later. With that said, let's jump to discussion of Nope. Directed by Jordan Peele. Written by Jordan Peele. Starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Stephen Yeun, Michael Wincott, Brandon Perea. Two siblings running a horse ranch in California discover something wonderful and sinister in the skies above, while the owner of the adjacent theme park tries to profit from the mysterious otherworldly phenomenon. Dylan, how much did you know about Nope going in?
I watched the trailers. I knew
Yep.
there was a spacecraft in it or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see any spoilers because it came out in America early. If that's the
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
no,
at.
no, I hadn't seen nothing.
No,
Other than,
I
yeah.
also had not seen a lot. All I knew was Gordy apparently was a thing. I didn't know any reference point for it other than it be a monkey. I'm like, okay, that seems like a weird thing for the movie, but, you know, whatever. So yeah, Dylan, what'd you think of Nope?
I really liked it. I feel like it was so sort of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, sort of big blockbuster throwback, I guess. Maybe like a big budget version of the Twilight Zone episode, which, you know, Jordan Peele is involved in. He brought back the new version of. So I feel like they're sort of like getting those feelings from this makes sense, as you know, he has a love for those sorts of things. Especially like I think the scene like where they like, you know, the horse and all the things and the music that's playing and just that massive wide shot of it sort of coming in behind that, like you could replace that with fucking a shark, a dinosaur, you know what I mean? Like it's just it really does feel like just that's the money shot sort of thing, which is the point, I guess. I really love the creature design. I feel like the payoff at the end and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I think I can't remember the last time I was like, well, this doesn't look like anything I've seen before. Like, this thing's weird and wild. And I honestly, to me, if some of the criticism around the movie, and I haven't read anything yet because I literally just came out of cinema and jumped on this podcast. So, I think if any of the criticism is, or there's still unanswered questions, I'm going to be like, but like, do you really need, like, the movie's not about finding out the origin story of this creature. Like, it's not, that's, you're looking for a very, you're looking for Jean Jacket, You're looking for a very different movie, if that's a criticism. I guess the other thing is coming off Us and Get Out, two movies that have a lot of social commentary that you could be, like, disappointed that there's not enough of that in this. I think if Jordan Peele's, I add an S to his name for some reason. If he continued to make movies which focus entirely on social commentary being their number one point, like at a certain stage, he may just be pushing himself to say something for the sake of saying something. You know what I mean? Instead of doing that, I feel like this movie of it does have a one sort of message or like thing. It's like theme, which is about, I guess, artist obsession or like, I don't know, pushing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know. Like, obviously the through line is you've got the monkey who turns, you've got all these like sort of people playing with fire, like they're playing with this monkey for the sake of art, quote unquote art, for the sake of this show. You've got this horse that nearly kicks this woman fair in the face at the start of the movie, all because they're trying to film a commercial. You've got obviously the main creature of the movie, which they all nearly die for, and some people die for. That dude literally stands on the cliff and gets swallowed up because he wants his money shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's all. I feel like that's obviously the Stephen Yeun's character gets eaten alive because he's trying to make this show, and again he's playing with fire after literally being a kid on set and seeing the example of pushing things too far, I guess, all for the sake, I don't know, like, I feel like it doesn't have like a strong, like, big, this movie is about fuck racism, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
this movie is a lot more subtle with its messaging, and
which is fine. Because I feel like this movie is less about its themes and more just about what is presented to you front and center, which is it's a big fucking scary thing in the sky. What the fuck is it? And just sit back and enjoy it for what it is. Like, maybe I'm not saying it's a dumb movie. Like, sit back, take your brain out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really do feel like if you're like maybe people go in expecting too much because it is a Jordan Peele movie, like looking for something, when we can dig into this whole artist discussion, and I do think that's an important part of the movie. But at some stage, I really think that comes second to the number one thing, which is just like, it is a monster movie, I guess, at the end of the day, and I guess,
I'd say so.
Yeah. So no, I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's shot really, really fucking well. I love the use of like these big wide, I don't know what exactly lenses they are or something, but these massive fucking lenses they must use to get a lot of these wide shots. It reminded me of Tarantino film actually quite a lot. Between the dialect and the music, and I don't know, a lot of this sort of stuff. But no, really, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had a good time as well. I think it's enjoyable. It's a little more clunky than Get Out, which is the only Jordan Peele movie I've seen. They just kind of jump to some conclusions very quickly. Like, don't look at it in the eye. It's like, where did that come from? That
they show you because the horse
is a bit of a far.
They tell you don't look at any animals in the eye. Have you ever had a dog? I remember I got told as a kid. My parents like, don't look the dog in the eye. Don't look any animal in the eye. You can upset them. I got told that as a kid. I'm not making that up. I got told that.
I just feel like it's a bit of a stretch. This creature in the sky that they've been looking at for like several days, even if it is like hiding behind a cloud, that never attacked them previously. You know what I mean?
Old mate in Jurassic Park's like, oh, they can't fucking hear and see stuff because I'm so smart. Oh, it's fine then.
I think it's very enjoyable. Keke Palmer's like really great. I think Daniel Kaluuya's fun, even though he's like a very stoic character who doesn't speak very much. But, he has a presence. Stephen Yeun is great for the short period we get him in. Playing this former child actor who's turned into a theme park place owner, capitalist. I think, it goes in very interesting directions. Like, I was not expecting this UFO that we all kind of figured out was going to be in the movie to actually be a sentient creature. I think that's a cool reveal.
That's why they probably showed the UFO in the trailer, because everyone's like, why would you spoil that? And then John Peele sitting back like, you have no idea.
You have no idea. I don't think it clicked until like it was eating them inside it. They were inside his body.
They have this shot and you're like, this kind of looks like they're going through a sarcophagus or something. Like
what's happening.
Yeah.
Some really cool sequences, whether it's, them like in the house as it's like excreting all the non
I mean, you can say how you want, but I'm pretty sure that thing took a big piss and shit over that house.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
It was excreting all the things it couldn't digest.
Yeah.
Including that horse, which I love the scene where they've stolen that horse thing, put it in the middle of the field, and Stephen Yeun comes up.
He goes to ask, where'd you get yours from? And she just quickly drops off, where'd you buy yours from?
Yeah. Like, don't come, just stay where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lots of interesting moments. Even like the opening of this film is really cool. Like, of course, you get the first glimpse of Gordy, but like the shot of like Keith David, their father, dying from these random stuff falling from the sky.
Yeah.
You know?
I like how at first I was like, how'd this motherfucker die? And then, yeah, it's like, oh.
And then you get a close up of his face.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you see the coin, and then you come back later and you see, I think it's Ghost is the horse. They're like a key sticking out of it. It's like, what the fuck? Just a lot of build up, I think, is very well built up. And then that final act, like, it's all a massive, cool payoff. It's a massive spectacle. Very cool moments. We get the Akira motorcycle slide.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, cast her. Because we're like, I don't know who, but that is literally the Akira motor slide. And that's exactly what I was thinking when it happened too. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well,
John Peele's like pitching.
I watched it a couple of days before you got to, and I couldn't help myself. I had to read a little bit about what other people's thoughts were in the film. Apparently, the jean jackets kind of inspired by the angels in Neon Genesis. Evangelion Neon Genesis. Those kind of creatures. Or just like angels in general. These kind of, I think Jordan Peele's quoted as like, this is kind of, you could believe that early people could have mistaken them for holy creatures, if they were to see them in the past, like sucking people up to the heavens or whatever. But really, they're just these creatures eating people. I guess the question is, why is this creature staying around their place for 6 months?
I don't think there's any bear, right? Maybe.
I don't know.
Comes
it
out.
Just is up there.
Hibernates eventually. This is the thing, though. I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care. I feel like even knowing doesn't change. Like, that doesn't enhance or change the movie.
No.
Like, having that information doesn't really, doesn't matter.
I mean, the other thing that kind of got me was, like, the whole Gordy thing. Why was it?
Yeah.
I guess other than to be an example of not being able to tame creatures and, respecting wildlife and that kind of stuff, which I think is probably a fair thing that runs through the movie. But man, that Gordy scene, fucking intense. Apparently based on a dream that Jordan Peele had. So,
I mean, the way they kept talking about it, and then they got the Mad Magazine thing or whatever else, and they're talking about SNL and stuff. For a second, my brain was like, wait, is this real? Like, is this a real thing that happened?
No, it's not a real thing.
No, thank God, I guess.
Yeah, for, crazy. And then he brings the girl that gets her face mauled. Apparently she lives.
Yeah, like her face got ripped off, obviously, and that's terrible, but yeah, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I guess that's, I don't know what the word would be. Like, exploitation in...
Yeah, I think exploitation is a major thing that is discussed, like, exploiting, whether, like, people have been bringing up, like, Steven Yeun's character as a child actor technically is being exploited.
He's exploited as well.
And that's why, the monkey has some sort of kinship with him, and doesn't murder him when he sees him, there's the shoe that is standing up in that Gordy scene. That's kind of never explained. Did it really happen, or is that just how Steven Yeun remembers it? It's like this weird moment thing. There's a lot of questions, I feel like it's one of those things, like, it's best to leave it unanswered, because, the speculation's reasonably fun.
Yeah, well, I guess it's like, like if you try and boil it down, so the film opens with this, so you got a monkey that's being exploited for the sake of media, a monkey who's nameless to the point that actually, and I guess this is the other thing that ties it in, even when the dude's running away from it, he calls it Gordy. There's no way that thing's actually named Gordy. The monkey would have its own
because they cut
name.
One of the chimps, they say later.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so one of the chimps. Like that, it's just known as a chimp, which I think ties into the other thing that's mentioned for several times throughout this movie. And it's, I guess, an important piece of the puzzle, which is, was it? I think they're called the Haywards or whatever. Anyway,
Yes.
they talk about how their great, and then I love
One
that
more
part
great.
where, yeah, well, at the part it's like he just whispers, "Great, one more great," or whatever. Yeah, that's quite funny. Grandfather is technically the first actor, stuntman, whatever else. Like this first film footage of a black man riding a horse, which I believe is real.
I believe so.
I think
yes.
that's. I'm pretty sure that's real. Yeah. So, and again, that was filmed during a time when, like slavery was still a thing, like that footage. So that was a exploitation of a black man for the sake of a film reel that could be entertained by the rich, I guess, the whites, white people at the time, would have enjoyed that. So like the film does set its theme, which is exploitation, but it's also everyone just repeats themselves. So, that family is from like their great grandfather was exploited, and I'm sure many other, being black, a lot of their grandfathers, I'm sure, come down through the line, and then they choose to then try and do the same to this other predator in the sky. They try and exploit this thing for the sake of their own monetary benefit. And then you have Stephen Yeun's character who took part in this thing, witnesses this traumatic event, but instead of like it changing his life, he just repeats it as well. He then continues that on, and I guess that's the only that's my only like sort
that's
of.
That's what people have been saying.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. I do love the red herring, like almost where he's in the horse barn or whatever. And he starts seeing this little
the alien. Yeah. I love where he punches that kid fair in the face. Whack, somehow survives. It's like
pretty great. I mean, both times that he says nope. Fantastic.
Yeah, I like that. Just looks out. Nope. And then after the horse comes through and he just freaks out. I just like how he doesn't say anything. Like it's all in his eyes. You can tell he's thinking like, fuck this shit, like, but he doesn't need to be like actually saying it. Like it's very visual performance, which is I guess why it's like the character he plays and the way the performance is. He doesn't need to be emotive because like Daniel Kaluuya is very good at like sort of portraying a lot of this emotion through his eyes, through his face, and all these sorts of things. But yeah, that part where he like stares up and you see him looking at it, and then he just like clicks the lockdown on the door.
Even though that's not going to do anything, whatever makes you feel good.
It's a good little bit. Yeah.
I think it does make the whole, like, I think the impressive thing is, like, most of this is shot during the day.
Yeah.
And it makes the sky, like, a threatening thing. Because obviously there's this thing up there that you can't see. That
part where he goes after Stephen Yeun and all them get sucked up, and then he goes to the park and he's, like, trying to get the horse to come out, and, like, as you hear him, like whistling to the horse or whatever to get it come out, the camera's actually panned up to the sky and you're just following it, like zipping in and out of the clouds as if he treats the clouds like sort of like the tiger or something would treat, like trees or bushes or whatever.
Makes the sky like the water in Jaws.
Or something like that. Yeah, like he really treats the clouds, and you get to see this thing duck and weave between them as it's hiding. Like it's. I can't say I've ever seen a movie or anything where like you have a sky predator that's hiding behind clouds, and it's sort of freaky.
I mean, even just the reveal that like this cloud hasn't moved this entire time. That's
makes me wonder on repeat viewing if you'd be able to
spot it.
Like would you spot that? Would you now know where it is? Yeah,
where that cloud is. I enjoyed that sequence of like him setting up the cameras. It's like setting up like home protection. Just keep moving it up.
Up. Yeah.
He quickly caught on to what it was.
Shout out to Razer laptops, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at this sponsorship.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about from Nope?
Other than again mentioning, I really thought the music was good.
Music was good, very well shot as well.
Yeah, really good cinematography, really good music,
takes.
Really good sound design. With like the way, like especially like for example when they're coming over the house and you hear all the screams and like just
screams from inside the ship
thing when they suck up the bloody TMC dude and he's going away in his bike and you just see like he's going, I mean it's kind of funny but like it is good sound design.
I mean even that TMC's dude comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, fuck that dude. got what he deserved. When he flew off that bike I was like, you dumb motherfucker. Like it's so funny too. Like he goes full faceplant. Then you just hear it's like a Wilhelm screamo because you just hear like, help me! And old mate on the camera is just like, oh, he's dead. Like
this movie is also quite funny.
It is all his movies. That's the thing. Like people like, he definitely doesn't lose his
sense of humor,
comedy side. But I don't feel like the sense of humor in any of his movies ever ruins the horror or thrill or tension, whatever. Like he's very good at knowing, I think, when and where and how it works and getting his actors to like even portray a moment of levity amongst something that's potentially meant to be heart racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know what you thought of Nope by going to explosion.com/Twitter, or you can jump to Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you like to help us out here at What Do You Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser, or tell people about the show. Leave 5 stars. Any week you can leave 5 stars. And if you like this episode, thought it was worth $1, head on over to our Ko-fi page at explosioneera.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Nope.
Yep, please.
What's a bad miracle? They got a word for that.
Yeah, nah. Run! Yeah. Come on. Yeah.